Have you ever stopped to truly think about what's happening to your bones? Quietly, day by day, as you spend more time settled in your favorite armchair, perhaps watching a bit of telly or reading a good book. It feels so comfortable, doesn't it? So relaxing, but what if that very comfort, that seemingly harmless habit of prolonged sitting, is slowly, silently, eroding the strength and resilience of the very framework that holds you up, your bones? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? That the very ease we seek could be undermining our ability to stay active, independent, and free from the worry of a painful fall or a debilitating fracture. We've all seen or heard stories of someone our age who had a minor stumble only to end up with a broken hip. And suddenly, their whole world changed. It's a fear many of us carry, a quiet worry about becoming fragile, losing that precious mobility. But what if I told you there are simple, gentle ways to counteract this quiet threat? Ways to nurture and strengthen your bones even after 70 without needing to become an athlete or spend hours in a gym in this video. We're going to uncover the surprising truth about how sitting affects your bones as you age. And then we'll explore 5 simple, actionable habits you can weave into your daily life to help keep your bones strong, your balance steady, and your independence intact. Watch to the very end for something that will truly surprise you, a powerful reminder of just how much control you still have over your bone health. So, let's dive right into the heart of the matter, addressing that seemingly innocuous habit of sitting for extended periods. When we sit for too long, especially as we get into our 70s and beyond, our bones don't get the signals they need to stay strong. Think of it like a muscle if you don't use it. It starts to get weaker. Right, bones are similar. They thrive on what we call loading, gentle stress from movement and bearing weight. When you're sitting, your bones, particularly in your hips, spine, and legs, aren't experiencing this loading. It's as if they're on an extended vacation. And just like people on vacation, they can get a little lazy over time. This lack of stimulation can lead to a decrease in bone density, making them more brittle and prone to fractures. It's not about becoming bedridden. Even just several hours a day spent mostly sitting can start to have this subtle, cumulative effect. The good news, the truly wonderful news, is that the solution isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about something far simpler, something you can start doing today, right where you are. It's about embracing the power of movement breaks. Imagine you're engrossed in a television program, or perhaps reading a gripping novel, or even chatting on the phone with a dear friend. The minutes turn into an hour, then 2, and before you know it, you've been sitting in the same spot for a significant chunk of time. Our first powerful habit is to intentionally break up these periods of stillness. Think of it as hitting the reset button for your bones and your entire body every 30 to 60 minutes. Now, what does a movement break actually look like? It doesn't have to be anything strenuous. It could be as simple as standing up, stretching your arms above your head like you're reaching for the sky, and taking a few steps around the room. Walk to the kitchen to get a glass of water. Stand up and do a few gentle knee bends, holding onto a sturdy piece of furniture for support if you need it. March in place for a minute or 2 while the kettle boils. The key isn't the intensity, it's the consistency. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine Mrs. Henderson, a lovely lady in her late 70s who loved to spend her afternoons knitting intricate blankets for her grandchildren. She'd often sit for 3 or 4 hours straight, completely absorbed in her craft. After a while, she noticed a dull ache in her lower back, and getting up from her chair felt stiff and cumbersome. Her doctor gently explained to her about bone density and how prolonged sitting was contributing to her issues. Mrs. Henderson decided to try incorporating movement breaks. Every time she finished a row on her knitting, she'd set a small timer for 45 minutes. When it chimed, she'd put her knitting down, stand up, walk to the window, and look out at her garden for a minute. Then she'd maybe do a few gentle ankle rotations or lift her knees a couple of times. It felt a bit strange at first, interrupting her flow, but within a few weeks, she noticed a remarkable difference. Her back felt less stiff, she had more energy, and getting up from her chair was no longer a struggle. She even found that these short breaks helped her focus better on her knitting when she returned to it. The beauty of movement breaks is their versatility. You can tailor them to your own comfort and ability. If getting up and walking around is a bit challenging, even just shifting your weight while seated, or doing some gentle leg raises, can make a difference. Wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, gently rock your pelvis from side to side. Every little bit counts because it sends those crucial signals to your bones. Hey, we're still here. We're active. We need to stay strong. You can use everyday cues to remind you commercial breaks during your favorite TV show, the top of the hour, when you finish a chapter in a book, or even setting a gentle reminder on your phone or a smart speaker. The goal is to avoid those long stretches of inactivity that essentially tell your bones they're not needed for load-bearing activities, which unfortunately can lead to them becoming less dense over time. It's a simple, yet profound shift in habit that can have a monumental impact on your bone health and overall vitality. By gently nudging your body to move throughout the day, you're not just preventing bone loss, you're actively encouraging bone building. Now that we've truly understood the power of simply moving more often, let's explore another vital piece of the puzzle that works hand in hand with these movement breaks to keep your bones robust and resilient. Building on the wonderful foundation of regular movement breaks, our next crucial habit, and one that specifically targets bone strength, is incorporating gentle weight-bearing exercises into your routine. Now, before you imagine barbells and sweaty gym sessions, let me reassure you. Weight-bearing simply means any activity where your body is working against gravity, forcing your bones to support your weight. This is precisely what sends those powerful signals to your bone cells to become stronger and denser. While sitting doesn't provide this kind of healthy stress, standing and moving does. So, what kind of weight-bearing exercises are we talking about for folks over 70? The best kind are those that are low impact, safe, and enjoyable. And walking is, without a doubt, a superstar in this category. A brisk walk around the block, a stroll in the park, or even marching in place in your living room for 15-30 minutes a few times a week can do wonders. Every step you take, your leg bones, hip bones, and spine feel that gentle impact, prompting them to lay down new bone tissue. Think of your bones as tiny architects, constantly rebuilding and repairing. When you walk, you're giving them the blueprint and the motivation to create stronger structures. If walking outdoors isn't always feasible, consider walking laps around your home or even investing in a simple treadmill if you feel comfortable and have the space. The key is consistent, moderate activity that puts a little healthy stress on your bones. Beyond walking, there are other fantastic options. Gentle dancing, perhaps to some of your favorite tunes from years gone by, is not only great for your bones, but also wonderful for your balance and mood. Gardening, with all its bending, lifting lightly, of course, and walking around the yard, is another fantastic weight-bearing activity that often doesn't even feel like exercise. Even something as simple as standing exercises, where you hold onto a counter or chair for support, and do things like standing heel raises, gentle squats, or leg lifts, can significantly contribute to bone density. The key is to start slowly, listen to your body, and gradually increase the duration or intensity as you feel stronger. Always consult with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine, just to make sure it's right for you. The goal here is not to push yourself to exhaustion, but to provide consistent, healthy stimulation to your bones, reminding them they need to stay robust and ready for action. Now, alongside movement, bones need the right building blocks, which brings us to our third crucial habit, nourishing your bones with the right nutrients, primarily calcium and vitamin D. Think of calcium as the concrete that builds the bone structure, and vitamin D as the foreman who ensures that concrete is actually absorbed and used effectively. without enough of both. Even with plenty of movement, your bones can't reach their full strength potential. Calcium is well known for its role in bone health, and for good reason. It's the most abundant mineral in your bones. But where do you get it? Naturally, dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources, and many are fortified with extra vitamin D, which is a bonus. If dairy isn't for you, there are plenty of other options. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens are packed with calcium. Fortified plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk can be great alternatives. Sardines and salmon, with their edible bones, are surprisingly good sources, along with certain nuts like almonds and fortified cereals. The general recommendation for adults over 70 is about 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, but it's always best to discuss your specific needs with your doctor or a dietitian, as they can help you determine if you're getting enough from your diet or if a supplement might be beneficial. However, simply consuming calcium isn't enough. Your body needs vitamin D to absorb that calcium from your gut into your bloodstream and then deposit it into your bones. Without sufficient vitamin D, calcium can just pass right through you, never making it to where it's most needed. The most natural way to get vitamin D is through sunlight exposure. Just 10-15 minutes of direct sunlight on your skin a few times a week, during times when the UV index is appropriate for safe sun exposure, can help your body produce vitamin D. However, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D, and factors like sunscreen use, colder climates, or limited outdoor time can make it challenging to get enough. This is where food sources and supplements come in. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna are good dietary sources. Some foods are fortified with vitamin D, such as milk, orange juice, and cereals. For many over 70, a vitamin D supplement is often recommended to ensure adequate levels, as it's quite challenging to get enough solely through diet and limited sun exposure. Again, talking to your doctor about your vitamin D levels is a wise step. A simple blood test can reveal if you're deficient and help guide your supplementation. Combining these two pillars, consistent weight-bearing activity and ample calcium and vitamin D, creates a powerful synergy that actively works to counteract the effects of prolonged sitting and bolster your bone strength. Now, let's move on to two more equally important, yet sometimes overlooked, habits that complement everything we've discussed and provide a holistic approach to maintaining strong, healthy bones well into your golden years. As we continue our journey towards stronger bones and greater independence, let's turn our attention to two more critical, yet often underestimated, components of bone health. Our fourth vital habit is ensuring you're getting enough protein in your diet. When we think of protein, we often think of muscles, and rightly so, as protein is fundamental for muscle mass and strength. But did you know that protein is also a crucial building block for your bones? Bones aren't just solid mineral structures. They have a flexible matrix, like a scaffolding, primarily made of protein, specifically collagen. This protein framework provides elasticity and strength, allowing bones to withstand impacts and stresses without shattering. Without adequate protein, this framework can become weak, making your bones more vulnerable, even if you're getting enough calcium. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein, and we often need more of it than younger adults to maintain muscle and bone mass. This is particularly important because strong muscles also support your bones and improve balance, reducing the risk of falls that can lead to fractures. So, how much protein are we talking about, and where can you find it? Aim for a good source of protein at every meal. This could be lean meats like chicken or turkey, fish, eggs, dairy products such as yogurt and cottage cheese, or plant-based options like beans, lentils, tofu, and nuts. For example, a breakfast might include Greek yogurt with some berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Lunch could be a chicken salad sandwich on wholemeal bread. Dinner might feature baked salmon with some steamed vegetables. Even snacks can contribute, like a handful of almonds or a hard-boiled egg. Paying attention to your protein intake is like ensuring your bones' internal support beams are strong and well-maintained, ready to bear the weight of your active life. It works hand in hand with calcium, vitamin D, and movement to provide a comprehensive strategy for bone resilience. And finally, our fifth habit, often overlooked, but incredibly impactful, is practicing good posture. You might wonder, how does posture relate to bone health, especially after spending too much time sitting, well, prolonged slouching or hunching over, which is common when we sit for long periods without breaks, puts uneven and excessive stress on your spinal bones. Over time, this can lead to compression of the vertebrae and even accelerate bone density loss in your spine. Think of your spine as a stack of delicate blocks. If they're stacked straight and aligned, they can support a lot of weight. But if they're leaning and unbalanced, even a small nudge can cause them to tumble. Good posture isn't about standing rigidly straight like a soldier. It's about maintaining your spine's natural curves and distributing your weight evenly. When you sit, aim to have your feet flat on the floor, your back supported by the chair, and your shoulders relaxed, not hunched forward. Imagine a string pulling gently from the top of your head towards the ceiling. When you're standing, keep your head level, shoulders relaxed and back, and your core gently engaged. Practicing good posture not only reduces stress on your spinal bones, but also improves your balance, making you less likely to fall. It also engages the muscles that support your spine, giving them a gentle workout and helping to keep them strong. You can practice this throughout your day. When you're walking, be mindful of your stride and how you hold yourself. When you're cooking, try not to slump over the counter. Even when you're watching TV, make sure you're not slumping deep into the sofa. Small, consistent adjustments can make a world of difference. It's about being aware of your body and giving your bones the best alignment to carry you through life. Reducing unnecessary strain. So, there you have it. 5 powerful, yet simple, habits that can truly transform your bone health, especially as you navigate your wonderful 70s and beyond. We started by understanding the silent impact of prolonged sitting, how it can subtly weaken your bones, and how we can directly counter that with strategic changes. We then delved into the profound benefits of taking regular movement breaks, even just a minute or two every hour, to send those vital signals to your bones. Then we discussed the immense power of gentle weight-bearing exercises like walking and dancing, reminding your bones they're needed and prompting them to get stronger. We also explored the crucial nutritional building blocks calcium for structure and vitamin D as its essential guide, ensuring your body can actually use the calcium you consume. And finally, we highlighted the often forgotten importance of protein for your bone's internal scaffolding and the protective role of good posture in shielding your spine from unnecessary strain. Remember, every single one of these habits is within your reach, and you don't have to do them all perfectly. All at once. Start small. Perhaps today, you just focus on setting a timer for movement breaks. Next week, you might add a daily walk. Gradually, these small, consistent efforts compound, building a stronger, more resilient you. Your bones are living tissue, constantly adapting, and they respond to the care you give them. It's never too late to start nurturing them. Small changes truly can make a monumental difference to your health, your happiness, and your independence. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonates most with you? Or perhaps you have your own tips for keeping bones strong after 70. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be just what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, as that really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more practical, encouraging advice on living your best life at every age. Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep moving, keep nourishing, and live your best life at every age.